Well, this is something I ain't ever seen, I ain't ever experienced.
I tell you what you've got in here. You've got a damn dead critter. Something's rotten.
Well, there is something rotten here for sure. But I've got a pretty good looking batch of mash.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mark's right, Dave's something a little...
Oh, Dad, damn.
Well, look at that.
I ain't never seen nothing like that before.
Kelly shows us this barrel of mash. It looks really nasty, slimy. It's got all these white spots on it and spiderwebby looking things connected together. Why it affected just this one barrel now, I can't tell you. Mother of pearl.
It's called lactobacillus. It's about the same thing that you do to cheese to ferment it like a monster to make it taste bitter and sharp. It kind of gets in there after the fermentation kind of eases up, and it consumes a little bit of the mash, but it in turn makes something like vinegar.
Okay, so we've had our science lesson today. Let's dump it out, throw the damn barrel away.
No, we're gonna run the This type of bacteria, it's used to make beer sours. At the end of the day, it's not a bad thing. Them sour beers you see on the menu, or one of these sour ciders, this is what they put in to give it that extra tartness. So we've got three things that can take place. It can make really great liquor of something we've never seen before. It can be no change, or it can taste like
You know, if this makes liquor, as long as it ain't got an off flavor, cooking it in that pot will kill the bacteria, but it might not kill that flavor.
Well, we all know no matter what you make your mash out of, whether it's cherries, pears, bananas, strawberries, that flavor is just slight. So my hope is it's just gonna bring just a light little flavor note to the party.
Well, if it's all the same to yuns, I'll let yuns do most of the tasting and I'll just watch yuns, and if something goes wrong, I'll help get yuns to the hospital.
Fair enough.
I'm not optimistic at all about this run. I'm not against it at all either. You know, I'm trying to keep my eyes open, and if this works, good. It's probably got a place in the market.
Here we go.
There's a dribble or two. I know what you're going through, buddy.
Ain't much but alcohol right here.
Probably pretty high proof.
Look at here. It's clean.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It's clear as a bell.
Even on the high shots, the head's coming out. This one has a little different smell you can detect. It's kind of funky. Now, when I was growing up, funky was not a good thing.
We ought to be in some good drinking liquor now.
That ought to be right there in the heart.
Ooh-wee.
See what you think. Fingers crossed he don't fall dead. Well, here goes nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't hate that at all. I don't think everybody in the liquor world would find favor with this. However, after tasting it, I think it would have its own standalone fans. Honestly and truly, it tastes pretty good.
It's only like a butter pickle.
Yeah, it's got a great mouthfeel. This is not a deterrent for me. It actually makes me want it just a little bit more, and it makes me wonder what it'd be like if it was aged. It makes me wonder what it'd be like if it was made in a cocktail. So that being said, we don't know that this is what gave it that flavor note until we run it again, so we're gonna have to duplicate this mash. Well, there we go, gentlemen. We got what we need to reproduce it. I can't say that I know for a fact that we've got something that's going to change our liquor, but we may find a flavor note that we've never seen before, or anybody else for that matter, which makes it command a premium price, and we may come up with something big. And that liquor had a flavor like I hadn't seen in a mash before.
All right, get her going there, boss.
Here we go, fire it up. The only thing I can attribute to is this lactobacillus that people use to make sour beer.
Don't fear the poof.
So we're going to see if this won't recreate that same mash. If that's the case, we can make this anytime we want to. We just save the trub out of the bottom of one of the mash barrels, then put it in the refrigerator and it'll last on and on.
Yeah, we gotta be really careful right here now, Puss.
Before you know it, we're going to have an LTD, and that ain't a Ford. That's a lactose transmitted disease.
I'm gonna go ahead and start putting a little sugar in it. We're gonna steep the corn, pitch the yeast, melt the sugar. Straightforward, our corn mash recipe. But at the very end, Digger's gonna add this lacto that he hopes he's captured from the last mash.
Looks about right.
Pretty good. Lower she blows, Puss.
Hopefully she'll blow. Yeah, let's put a little extra yeast in there. I'm certain of this.
Yeah.
I ain't certain of that. I know what this will do.
If this works, then we're pretty much guaranteed that no one else could have this recipe.
A week ago, after we made that little run of Kelly's Happy Accident liquor,
I can smell a little something smelling a little tangy.
we made a mash to try to duplicate that lactobacillus infection that got in there. I wanted to see if we could replicate that flavor. Oh, look at there. Those little discs, that's classic of that lactobacillus.
You have done it.
It worked. We opened it up. There's that big white lacy skim of that bacteria right on top of the mash like it's supposed to be.
Well, you know, good, bad, or indifferent, you have successfully shown that you can grow on purpose lactobacillus.
We both know I'm better at making messes than anything else on the planet.
That's
so
true.
Our big question right now, is this going to turn out like that other run of liquor that Kelly made the mash on, or is it going to be something totally different?
That's it on this first one.
You ready? Yes, sir. We got about all we can get in here, Eddie.
It's empty over here, Bob.
Shaking it off over here, Bob.
Let's cap it off. You want to crank this thing up a little bit, or?
Yeah, let's
think
get
it's
liquor going.
Good?
So we fire the still up. All we got to do now is wait. Hopefully it'll taste like the other one did. We're pasted in. It can get as warm as it wants to now. We've got a little warm. We're warmed right here.
Just hurry up and wait now, Buzz.
Yes, sir. That mash was hot. It just needs a little more flame to get it to rolling. We're getting a little warm over here.
You know, let me ask you something. There ain't no danger of us making somebody sick with this, are they? I mean,
No.
that stuff in it won't hurt nobody's health, will it?
No, I mean, hell, if they stay within reason to drinking, they shouldn't get sick. But now you can overdo it and get sick.
Well, I know that, but I mean, just, will the boiling the mash in this pot, will that kill that stuff out?
Yeah.
So whatever
It's just
tastes-
like sanitize. It's like, you know, but during the flood and the water got washed out and your well got flooded, you know, they said boil your water.
Right.
So that's what we're doing here. We're getting rid of any bacteria that's harmful.
You know, I don't want to cause nobody no problems, but I think they'll enjoy that taste.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen a liquor that didn't have anything added to it that tasted like a bread and butter pickle like that.
It was a little pickly to me.
With any luck at all, we've captured that same bacteria. We've made the same flavor profile, and this will be something we can replicate on down the line. And with everything out there that sells that tastes sour as hell, a sour liquor would sell good.
We got a drip or two.
Yep, drippity, drippity, drip.
Now we might
look,
be
jump
on to
to
something there.
I'll take that to the end of the run right there. That's a fine stream. Let's see what we got here, Hattie boy.
See what we working with there.
That little old run, that ought to be enough heads. We got liquor running. Hopefully, we've made some good liquor. We'll be in the hearts here shortly, and we'll be able to get us a little sample and see where we're at. Get you a little tasty.
Digger, that taste is just like that first run.
It's like a bread and butter pickle note right there, just almost dead in the middle. We've hit our ball out of the park. It's strong, it's great, it's right where we need it to be. This is what we're looking for.
Smells like sour mash kind of before you run it, but it don't taste nothing like that.
Yeah. Now the plan is we're going to put this out in Bees' hands, let him take it to some folks and let them try it out. New air in the quiver. Hopefully there'll be a few folks want to buy it, and we'll put a little premium price on it.